And we are on the air. Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to our first quarter review show for the Monster Truck Nation M.T.N. series. Hi, everybody. Tom Todd 774, along with the Vision of Legend We 92. We are one quarter of the way through the season. Cody, how we, Cody, 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 how do you think this season's gone so far?
Well, I think it's been going very well. It's quite solid so far with all the different trucks competing, so far. With some rising, some of them declining sometimes, but they're all trying their best to catch up to see
Yep.
who would be top dog in this season.
Yep, everybody giving it that they're all here on M.T.N. Our season began. The season began at Minneapolis in the Metrodome, and here's here is our video from that. So some of this footage, Cody, you may have not seen before. So let's check it out. So let's check some of it out.
All right.
It was an 8-truck field at Minneapolis.
Cut my video camera off here. We are going to get set for round one action of the...
It was me and Trayman 3985 calling the action here in this event, I should mention.
M.T.N. Monster Trucks here. In our first round, it'll be Eric Meager and Bigfoot who will be taking on Brian Welch in moving violations. Ford versus GMC, a bit unusual. Michael. You are very correct on that, Michael. As the two trucks stage, both of them warming up their big blown motors. Whoever wins this round will take on the first seed in the semifinals. Here we go. Oh. Bigfoot in the retaining wall, but that doesn't matter. Both of them get a good run going. Bigfoot, your winner, with a 4.61. Eric Meager will advance to the next round. Look at the replay right here. Yeah, Brian Welch was caught sleeping off the line, I think. He hit the second stack pretty strong, but it was all over at that point.
Straight line course at Minneapolis, I should mention.
Yeah.
It was Rick Petroline who had the Hollywood Hogan body on at Minneapolis.
To his starting line in the yellow ring. Right, here we go. races, and both of them have come out of the blue lane. Hollywood Hogan, I think, got that one. Yep, your winner, Hollywood Hogan. The Michigan native moved the Michigan native moved to Brentwood, Tennessee, to be more centrally located with his monster truck operation. Charles to drive.
And it was Doug Charles who drove Boss Patrol at our season opener at Minneapolis.
Ah, okay.
And Monster Patrol. Monster Patrol in the yellow lane, unusual lane right here. Oh, Predator couldn't quite make it over the second set of cars. Wow. It'll be an easy win for Doug Charles and the Monster Patrol, Michael. As we await for Michael to return, by a landslide.
And it was dominating the event. The event, Cody, was Brian Womack in the Barefoot Dodge.
I see.
Womack really wanting to win here.
He went up against.
Is a tough.
Yep, he went up against Eric
Meager.
Eric Meager and Bigfoot in the finals.
Bigfoot really wanting to.
And at Minneapolis, it was Barefoot and Bigfoot for all the marbles.
All right, Bigfoot and Barefoot. Oh, I think that was what you call a close one. Oh. The winner is Brian Womack in Barefoot. What a run for Barefoot. He actually timed that perfectly. Let's look at the You can tell he rolls over the first car here, and then he just full boogie tilt hammers down and it deep black heavy engine, a lot of heart and a lot of gut. People with that. Eric Meager didn't do anything wrong either, but I think he had a good start if he was going to beat Barefoot. He was not in a head situation. They were basically even. Yeah, Bigfoot didn't do anything wrong either, Michael, but I think he had to have a better start if he was going to beat Barefoot. He did not have that advantage situation. They were basically even off the start, and Barefoot put him away on the final jump.
So it was Brian Womack who took the win at Minneapolis, but then M.T.N headed north of the border, Cody, at Vancouver, British Columbia at BC Place.
Oh, nice.
And what and you're not gonna believe the final we had and here's some of the highlights from this event.
And here that's the Sniper, driven by Rob French out of Boston, Georgia. Our first look at the Sniper. To me, it looked like Hercules. Eric Tack. Wow. Staged. Get ready to.
and it was one of few times this season where Bigfoot actually lost in round number 1. Here's that first.
Some horsepower. Bigfoot, Hercules, Ford versus Chevrolet to start it all off.
If you have to go to the bathroom, folks, now is the wrong time.
Green, they're off. I think we just got an upset right here, folks. Yeah, in fact, we did. Hercules beats Bigfoot. An upset victory. Wow.
Yep, Hercules beat Bigfoot in the first round, but the story was Pleasant Cook, the driver at the time, the main shoe at the time for the USA 1 camp. USA 1 camp, we'll touch on her a little bit later, but first it was
Maniac going up against the Equalizer. Powered by a Vancouver was also our first look at Mike dropping out of Alaska. Here it was his first shot in a barefoot truck, Cody, and he had a tough opponent in the first round. Our first look at him at the time, Rick Swanson in the Linex Obsession.
I see.
Truck is a 97
That sounds like a
Dodge
cool
Ram,
matchup right there.
powered by,
Yep.
It's powered by a 572 cubic inch Keith Black Hemi. We'll see what he's got. Linex Obsession is the opponent. Rick Swanson out of Menifee, California, 2003 Ford F350.
That's Joseph picked him.
Powered by a 540 cubic inch big block Chevrolet engine.
Interesting. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. And turn it off.
Pretty close. I'm surprised.
That's a good race back there.
Yeah, that it was less than a tenth of a second off between Obsession and Barefoot in that race.
Yeah.
And Mike Droppett took the win in that one.
Obsession hung with him, but Barefoot really didn't get that extra dose of power that we're used to seeing.
For a second, I thought it was going to be a draw.
Obsession hung with him, but Barefoot gets the win.
And it was Pleasant Cook and USA 1 who dominated this event at Vancouver, and actually ended up in the final round against David Morris in the Equalizer of all people. Here's a look at that race.
Cool.
You just slammed your foot onto the gas and she just shot off like a rocket.
Yeah, you're right. Good showdown here.
You got that right, Tom. At the end of the day, it could be anybody. Let's find out.
Yep, and plus we got two of the storied truck teams in history. The Equalizer team and the USA 1 team. These two trucks have been battling each other for years and years, and both of them are certainly a threat to win here. One of these two trucks is the winner tonight, and we're about to find out which one it is.
If you have to go to the bathroom, ladies and gentlemen, now would be the wrong time.
You you got that right. Engines are fired. Up to the line, the trucks are staged. Alright, this is for the win here at Vancouver. USA 1, equalizer, set to go, and it is showtime.
And
I
it
think
looks like
USA
USA
won.
wants the winner.
You're right, Michael. USA 1 is the winner, and it's not even close.
USA 1 blue equalizer out. Classic Cook and USA 1 blue equalizer out of the water at Vancouver, Cody, and it wasn't even close, was it?
Right. That was quite a race there. Pretty good.
Then the Monsters headed to Indianapolis, Indiana at the RCA Dome. Racing and free. This was the first episode to feature one particular truck, which I'll mention later, and was the first episode to feature both racing and freestyle. The threat to win in racing was Andy Brass who was driving Bigfoot in this event, and it was he had a
Trucks are staged.
and he had a pretty challenging task to pull off the win here at the RCA Dome.
And there they go.
Across the cars, it's Bigfoot. Clydesdale didn't quite make it over. Clydesdale got a little bit out of shape of the cars there.
It also marked our first appearance for the Boogie Van truck.
Ooh.
That kind of reminds me of a joke, Tom. What do you call or pardon the pun there, folks. Just had to.
Yep, anyways, next up, Carolina Crusher taking on Boogie Van. Another good Ford versus General Motors matchup here. Carolina Crusher is being driven by James Teague. He is out of Portage, Indiana. Truck is a 2003 Chevrolet. Truck is a 572 cubic inch big block Chevrolet. Makes 1,600 horsepower. James Teague is planning to run the full series. Is going to try to run the full series this year, so we'll see how that works out.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler ahead. James Teague would then be fitted down as a substitute, as a rotational driver for the Carolina Crusher team. Gary Porter would take the helm of the truck starting in Sedalia, as we'll see later.
Hey, it's like lying a front lawn or ready to.
Opponent will be Zane Ratu in the Boogie Van Ford Aerostar van.
Pretty unique.
Pretty unique looking vehicle indeed. Ratu is out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Truck is a 1995 Ford Aerostar van, as mentioned earlier. However, the engine, however, this the power plant on this truck is a little bit different than the original Boogie Van, than Pan Vale's Boogie Van. The engine on this truck here is a 526 cubic inch big block Chevrolet that makes 1,350 horsepower.
That is incredible.
So a huge power difference between these two trucks here.
One horsepower could mean could possibly mean what the outcome is.
Yep.
That's what it'll be.
And because this is a straight line drag course, reaction time's gonna be key. And you got to negotiate a little dirt hill before you get to the set of cars, and believe me when I say it, that's gonna be key.
Then let's kick the tires and light the fires.
All right. Trucks are staged. Carolina Crusher and the Boogie Van. And yes, folks, I had my face cam on after the introductions. I apologize for that. Usually I don't show that after the introductions.
Look on the right side, Tom. The ladies love a man with a little fuzz on his beard.
Anyways, Carolina Crusher and the Boogie Van truck.
And there they go.
And they're off. Oh, Crusher looked like he really put the power down. 0.2 of a second made the difference there.
Looky there, folks. Carolina Crusher is the winner.
Got out of shape, missed the stack of cars. $17,000. And tough break for the Taurus truck. Anyways, last race of round number 1.
And as mentioned earlier, it was the first appearance on M.T.N for one particular truck. That would be the Gravedigger, Cody.
Yeah.
Let's see how Digger fared in this
Right here.
at Indianapolis.
USA 1.
So who do we have for the final or first round ending?
The final race of the first round, we have the USA 1 taking on the Gravedigger. Both Chevrolets, both legendary trucks here.
Both legends indeed.
Going up against Pablo Huffaker and Gravedigger. Let's take a look at Gravedigger first. Gravedigger is owned by SRO Pace Motorsports. Truck is driven by Pablo Huffaker. Truck. The team is based out of Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina. Truck is a 1951 Chevrolet panel wagon.
Not bad.
It's powered by a 540 cubic inch big block Chevrolet that makes 1,400 horsepower.
Very, very powerful.
Well, they know. Well, she knows she can't. Pleasant Cook knows she can't lift because Pablo Hutfaker sure isn't.
It's going to be a battle.
Trucks are staged. Coming around, it'll be Grave Digger. Two-tenths of a second. Let's look at USA 1. Oh, USA 1 all over the press. Oh, she turned the truck over.
And that would be the first wreck the USA 1 truck had all season.
Yep, that was quite a wreck there.
Yep.
Perfectly square over the pond. It could be Barefoot versus Sampson. Anyways, there we go. Bigfoot and Executioner. Got the better start against Grave Digger up next. And this will round out our quarterfinal round.
Pablo Huffaker did very well in round 1. Let's see if he can take the major of Moss Patrol in the quarterfinals here at Indianapolis.
Yeah.
And this, I think, will round out our quarterfinal round. Grave Digger. Oh, better. Grave Digger, I think, got the better start.
And Grave Digger has won.
Pablo Huffaker, very smooth. And with Bigfoot and Grave Digger being on opposite sides of the ladder, these two names could potentially meet up with each other in the Monster Smash final. Final coming up in just a little bit.
Huffaker would lose out to Todd Frolic and Barefoot in the semifinals, and Bigfoot would defeat Mark Hall and the Executioner. Here's the race between Bigfoot and Barefoot in the finals, the first of many battles here. This would actually provoke the championship fight between these two names.
There they go.
It's Bigfoot. Andy Brass has done it again.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have our new points champion, and his name's Bigfoot.
Man, what a help this will be for Andy Brass when the points shake up later tonight.
Oh man, ladies and gentlemen.
Now let's take a look at some of the freestyle highlights. First was Brian Welch in moving violations. Let's look at his run.
And that was his first obstacle.
Ooh, almost didn't fall.
Jumping over that big pile of dirt right there.
Ooh,
Almost turned the truck over. Oh, nice sky wheelie right there. Nicely done by Brian Welch into the wall. Nicely up and over that box fan. There we go.
nice big leap there.
Yeah, that was most certainly was. Almost turned the truck over again right there.
One of the many things that comes with this sport.
Yeah. Up and over the cars again. Didn't get quite the air off of them that time. Clock's about to expire, and that will end his run.
Putting up the best freestyle performance that night at Indianapolis would be Mark Hall in the Executioner.
Right.
And that will be his introduction into the run. Holy crap, what a combo. Big sky wheelie. That's going to score points. Another sky
that's a big
wheelie to
leap.
boot over the
Wait,
box fan. Mark has got to show something pretty spectacular here. Got a nice flow going, but gotta be spectacular. Oh, there we go. Sky wheelie over the box fan. That scores points. What's he gonna do now? Oh, here we go. Cross cut across the cars, across both lanes. 22 seconds left on the clock. Oh, no. Oh, man, he
Oh.
goes over with just 9 seconds left on the run.
It was still a notable effort.
However, he just might have done enough to take the lead. And yes, it actually is going to take the lead. Score's going to be a 25 for the Executioner. Trouble right there. Oh, big air right off the bat.
Ooh, right through the wall.
Yes, but he'll continue. Oh, man. Almost got himself in trouble right there.
You think that kind of counts as a drift?
Possibly.
And here's Huffaker's highlight.
Put in it and saved it.
Agreed.
Got about a minute left to go. Oh, nice air right there. That's going to score some points.
Hell yeah.
Oh, he couldn't combo it up in time. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh,
Oh
dear.
wow,
With just
that
26.
was amazing.
That is
Yep.
it. That's it. It's done. It's finished. With just 26 seconds left. Oh, man.
Quite the comeback.
Oh, man. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough to take the lead. Scores of 23, just 2 points short. Your winner in freestyle, Mark Hall and the Executioner. And that will conclude tonight's event of
Event 4 was Columbus, Ohio, and it was marred by controversy after controversy after controversy. People were DQing left and right in this event. The only really valuable highlight came in the Monster Smash final.
And this is John Kwasniewski's first ever appearance on Monster Truck Nation. Michael, who do you think is going to win it all?
It was
My money's on Little Tiger.
All right. We're about to find out.
It was Buffalo Tremor and Little Tiger in the final.
Here we go. Buffalo Tremor, Little Tiger. Set to go, and it goes.
Oh, as we have a
Little Tiger was declared the winner at Columbus, Ohio. Buffalo Tremor did not hit the second jump properly, Cody.
Oh yeah, I can totally see that. That didn't go well for him.
No, it did not.
Should
Then,
call it close.
then the Monsters headed to Sedalia, Missouri for our first two-night outing. And it was quite the experience. The first time we had you on the show.
Oh yeah.
This will be competition.
There's the bracket for that event.
There.
Yep,
They've
that.
raced against each other before, haven't they?
One of our first appearances was the War Wagon, driven by Jeff Cook.
Here's
But when
Jeff
Moore
Cook.
ran the right, right,
Oh man, he did not hit the second set of cars. Oh my goodness, and he almost turned the truck over.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was very close to wrecking.
And for the first time we saw Bigfoot and Gravedigger in the finals at Sedalia, Cody. It was Jim Kramer and Dennis Anderson for all the marbles, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Night long. The digger is going to get a good lane, I think. Here we go. Gravedigger's in. Bigfoot is in. We're racing. Here it is. Here we go. The Monster Smash final. This is for the victory. This is for the victory. Gravedigger keeps it nice and low. And we we got a close one right here, guys. This is close to close. Sensational race for the win for Dennis between Dennis Anderson and Gravedigger and Jim Kramer and Bigfoot. Here comes the times. Gravedigger wins here at Sedalia. Dennis Anderson and Gravedigger a 5.66. Jim Kramer and Bigfoot 6 seconds flat.
Night number 2 was more or less of the same at Sedalia. Gravedigger, and it would be Gravedigger and Bigfoot for all the marbles again.
Anyways, Jim Kramer with the shallow cut tires. Up against Brian Walmack in Barefoot. Here's a look at Walmack in Barefoot. If we were to sell some tickets tonight, we would have packed the house just for this one final.
You can say that again.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, Bigfoot going up against the Gravedigger.
Classic pairing.
Probably one of the best pairings. Probably one of these two are big rival trucks. Anyways, Gravedigger is in. Digger in a lane that he has, because Bigfoot had a faster time. Gravedigger gets put in a lane that he has not been in all night long. So this should be interesting right here.
And it was a rainy day at Sedalia, day 2, I should mention.
That's
So
gonna make it quite
Gravedigger and
muddy.
Bigfoot,
Yeah.
2 for 2. Will Jim Kramer actually win on this mud-drenched field here at Sedalia, or will Dennis Anderson make it 2 in a row? We're about to find out right now.
Let's do it.
Light is green. Kramer
Oh, wow.
smooth as silk.
Great start right
And
there.
Jim Kramer and Bigfoot is going to take it.
Then we headed to Cottage Grove, Oregon that night, Cody, and it was a very interesting night to say the least.
Yeah.
We had a very unlikely winner in the obstacle course portion of the first night.
Anyways, Bad Dog taking on what we're going to do. The Carolina Crusher and Dragon Slayer matchup is actually going to drop to the bottom. They'll run it last, but it still be the top of the... He helped him. It wouldn't help him in a bunch of other places. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tension mounting right here. This is the obstacle course Monster Smash Final. Ready to go. Wild thing in the lane that that everybody prefers to be in. Here we go. Big bounce.
Quite the bounce there.
But it's gonna allow them to make this turn. Man, he struggled in that turn.
Yeah. very good.
Anyways, here he comes to the finish line.
Wow.
Kurt Frankish will win the obstacle course portion.
And it was another unlikely winner. Winner in the side-by-side drags Cody, at the first night at Cottage Grove. It was Richard Patterson out of Madisonville, Kentucky in Rampage.
Yeah.
The
A great
only
driver and a
hope
great truck.
that Richard Patterson has is to beat the big blue Ford off the starting line. Let's see if he can do it.
Yeah.
He's in the lane that he wants to be in.
Okay, here we go.
Off to the final jump.
Oh, wow.
Oh man!
What an upset there. And Rampage has won that.
Major upset. The Dodge wins it.
Day 2 marked was a big day for the Barefoot team, Cody, at Cottage Grove. They were 2 for 2 on this night.
Yeah, they sure were.
All right, so here are our semifinal matchups. Here we go. Sky Hartley and Snakebite. Mike Dropic and Barefoot.
Oh no. Bumped into him. Making the
Oh,
match
that
look
actually
good.
helped Dropic right there.
Oh, it did help them. Okay. Barefoot won that round. He advanced.
Barefoot wins it. Not in doubt either. Holy cow. 1690 to 2292. In the obstacle course.
And it would be Mark Hall's highlight as far as racing goes in the second day of the obstacle course portion at Cottage Grove.
Racing
I see.
portion of our competition here at Cottage Grove. Here are your finalists. It'll be Mike Dropic, who has absolutely annihilated people in Barefoot. And his opponent will be Mark Hall in the Executioner.
That'll be the race of the century with the Battle of the Dodges.
Yeah. So it's all about Chrysler and Dodge pride here.
Oh yeah, because one of them has a different engine than the other.
Yep.
It's that too. So part Dodge in a way.
Yep. Holy cow. Just do not count Mike Dropic out. He has absolutely annihilated people in this obstacle course competition. He feels comfortable. I think he's gotten to the point where he's used to the horse, used to the truck now, and is really powering through the turn. He's not beaming it through the corner. He is driving it through there. Got his foot in the throttle and everything.
Nope.
Anyways, here we go. The obstacle course final. As the sun continues to set here at Cottage Grove. Barefoot in the lane he wants to be. Oh man, he's gonna. And in front, and it's gonna be clear sailing for Mike Dropic and Barefoot. Oh, what a shot as he jumped over the cars, folks. That's why they call them Monster Trucks. And once again, it's a lopsided victory. Mike Dropick, your champ in barefoot, your winner here in the obstacle course portion at Cottage Grove, night number 2.
And it would be barefoot taking the win once again at Cottage Grove, night number 2, in the side-by-side drag portion.
Monster Smash Final. And this is going to be a doozy.
Yep.
Hold on to your chair, folks.
Yep, I'm holding on to my chair.
Oh, Dropick hooks up.
Oh, wow.
And Mike Dropick absolutely blows Eric Tack's doors away.
Barefoot is the winner.
2 times tonight.
Good rookie.
Barefoot absolutely dominated tonight.
He sure did. Congrats to him.
Big Red domination is going to be the talk of the town tonight. Congratulations to Mike Dropick.
And in night number 3 at Cottage Grove, night number 3 at Cottage Grove was a crapshoot, Cody. Sky Hartley and Snakebite would make some pointers that night.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, you were down to it. Here are your semifinalists.
Wow, another classic matchup and another classic rivalry right there.
It would be Bigfoot and Snakebite in the obstacle course final in night number 3 at Cottage Grove.
Those two again. Well, only one can make it on top. Who's going to win it? Snakebite or Bigfoot?
Oh, man. Either way, it's going to be a team victory for Bob Chandler. The question is, which Chandler truck is it going to be? Is this the night that Sky Hartley finally gets it? Or will it be Eric Tack's night in Bigfoot? We're going to find out. Bigfoot and Snakebite in the Monster Smash final in the obstacle course portion here at Cottage Grove.
Yeah, free stage.
Light turns green. Hartley right where he wants to be.
Oh, the pole has been locked down, but it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter all that much. Across the cars, it's going to be Sky Hartley and the Snakebite machine taking the win.
Woo!
Bob Chandler's got to be one happy man, but especially happy man has to be Sky Hartley. He drove the wheels off a Snakebite here tonight.
Really a spectacular race.
Oh.
And in the side-by-side drag racing final, it would be Mike Dropick taking the 4th win of the season for Team Barefoot. Here's that highlight. Cody, this sight should be all too familiar for you. for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it already is.
All right, here we go. Ford versus Dodge. This is going to be a good race, I think.
Yeah.
Lights green. They're unleashed. Leash, drop it, hooks
Oh
up.
wow, wow.
And Barefoot does it again in the side-by-side drag competition at Cottage Grove Speedway in Cottage Grove, Oregon. Mike Dropick, your winner in side-by-side drags tonight here at Cottage Grove for 2 nights in a row.
That is really something. Congrats to him.
Then after those 3 events at Cottage Grove, Cody, we headed to the Dairy State, Union Grove, Wisconsin, where we had one of the most narrowest courses and a course that was very hairy.
Oh yes.
All
It was
right, here
definitely
we
like
go.
that. Very
It's
hairy.
round number.
Everything.
Here we go. Round number 10 of the
But also tricky.
Monster Truck
Yep.
Nation M.T.N. 2 series. We are at the Racine County Fairgrounds in Union Grove, Wisconsin. Hi everybody, I'm Tom Todd 774. Welcome to another great edition of Monster Truck Nation here tonight. Legend of We 92 alongside Cody. Not a whole lot of competition space out there. Yeah, for those who are watching at home, there's not a whole lot of space at all out here at Union Grove. No room for left or right error. You get out of your lane, you're in trouble, and the shutdown area is basically non-existent. To be very honest with you viewers, I am spooked about this track and racing on it today.
Same here. It's kind of scary to imagine that if you don't really have much space. And if you're not careful, you can get in trouble.
Oh yeah. So everybody is on edge about this track. I don't think any, and I'm going to be very blunt with you, Cody. I don't think any of the drivers actually like this track.
Yeah, I can already tell so far.
And driving Bigfoot here at Union Grove this weekend.
It would be Lonnie Childress driving Bigfoot at Union Grove. However, he would have a shot at the final against Barefoot, driven by Fred Schaefer.
And this should be a doozy. All right, Fred Schaefer up against the Bigfoot of Lonnie Childress. Final race of the day right here. Oh, look at that. Fred Schaefer takes the win.
Wow, that was fun.
1.3 seconds ahead. Bigfoot had to have mechanical problems.
After Fred Schaefer's astonishing victory at Union Grove on the first day, there was a lot of twists and turns on the second day, Cody.
In
Yeah.
USA 1.
There was plenty.
Illinois. Hall and Mintz our first winner of the day. Victory. This race here.
Nightmare. That other diver. I got the
Oh,
final.
oh yeah. we'll definitely find out.
And it was our first look at Steve Hess driving Nightmare, a departure from the usual Andy Hoffman we were used to seeing at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Were they not? Anyways, here we go.
Same name, but different build.
Yep.
And different driver, too.
Yep.
Nightmare's gonna pick up the victory. I think Kirk Frankish had trouble on the second half of the course.
Yeah, he probably did a little bit. I noticed that.
GMC Nightmare, our first winner of the day. Later this season, she hung with him.
Now, at this particular point in the season, Pleasant Cook had actually left the USA 1 team. It was Kayla Strong taking the wheel of USA 1 from this point on.
Kayla Strong in
Yeah.
USA 1. In the other lane, Bigfoot driven by Lonnie Childress. Oh! I'll tell you what, USA 1 hung with him, but Bigfoot got the better reaction time. Let's look at USA 1 here. She didn't get quite. And Barefoot. Ford versus Dodge.
And it was
And the driver.
And it was here at Union Grove where we saw one of the most spectacular accidents I think we've seen all season.
Are a little wary about the lane that Snakebite is running in right now. Here they go. Oh!
Wow.
Disaster narrowly avoided for Snakebite, but what happened to Barefoot? Something happened to Fred Schaefer. Oh! Nosedive, and he turns the truck over on his roof. Holy cow! Oh my goodness. That is Fred Schaefer all right? Is question number one. Fred Schaefer,
Yep,
he's
that was quite
okay.
the
He's
crash we
okay.
had
He's
there.
out of the truck.
Yep, it was.
Oh man,
At least he
tough
was okay.
break for Fred Schaefer, who won it all yesterday, and on this day at Union Grove, he ends up upside down. Here at Union Grove, here it is. Lonnie Childress in the Bigfoot Ford. Soda.
Anyways, another major moment at Union Grove day number 2 was Brian Bartle and Little Tiger when he went up against Mark Hall and the Executioner in the quarterfinal, Cody.
That truck running extremely well. He wants to try to beat everybody here. And his opponent will be a very tough one, Cody. Mark Hall and Executioner. The reason why Executioner made it this far is because Goldberg lost his steering and ended up into the water barriers. Executioner 500, Mark Hall 160th. Executioner's but here we go.
Executioner would actually take the measure of Brian Bartle and Little Tiger in this round, but it wasn't gonna work. Hall broke a transmission, Cody, and Little Tiger was reinserted into the field.
Right.
I think Hall got that one. Yes, he did. Mark Hall a 5.85. Little Tiger 6 seconds flat. But Mark Hall has parked his truck at the very end of the course here. There could be a mechanical problem for Executioner, and I believe there is. The word we're getting for Mark Hall and the Executioner, blown transmission, Cody. Man, a disappointing end for Mark Hall's night. That means Little Tiger will advance by virtue of what we call the break rule. What that means is Little Tiger gets to advance with because Executioner broke in defeating Little Tiger. Basically, to put it short, Little Tiger gets reinserted into the field.
And that would lead to probably one of the most incredible final races I think we've seen, Cody. It was Brian Bartle and Little Tiger taking on the Big Blue Ford of Bigfoot, driven by Lonnie Childress.
Yeah. That one was quite intense when we first saw that beforehand.
There we go. Almost lost the connection for a minute. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, your winner and champion, Brian Bartle and Little Tiger, up against Lonnie Childress. And to get definitely both. Little.
And it would be Little Tiger taking the win in day number 2 at Union Grove, his second win of the season.
Gosh, Cody, you're not gonna believe this. I think that viewers, you are not going to believe this. Bigfoot beat in Union Grove. Brian Bartle out of Coon Rapids, Minnesota, has shocked the world here today.
Not the first time he's done it either.
Yeah.
Union Grove day number 3 would see a little more predictability. But Cody, it was two unlikely trucks going into the final race. It would be Gary Porter out of Wadesboro, North Carolina, and the Carolina Crusher taking on one of the rotational drivers in the Gravedigger team, Rod Schmidt.
Go the championship race, yet to score a win. In the final before, but have yet to score a win. Race. Two names that have been in the final before, but have yet to score a win. Cody, your expectations coming into this final? Oh, yes. It's final to raining hard, but it's final time, and it's time to go to the line.
Yes, day number 3 was a rainy day at Union Grove. I should mention that.
here we go. The Monster Smash Final. Carolina Crusher, Gravedigger. Side by side, they go over the second set of cars, and it's Gary Porter, the Carolina Crusher, by what? Maybe a fender? Wow, look at that.
Now that is tight. Probably the tightest one on this day.
The tightest race we've seen all day had to be in the final. Wow.
That was
And it was here for a brief stint, Carolina Crusher actually dominated. From Union Grove, day number 3, to Pueblo, Colorado, day number 3, Carolina Crusher won 3 of 4 of those events, Cody.
Yep, that was quite a feat he did.
However, the only outlier in that span of 4 races came in the second night at Pueblo, Colorado, when John Seasock took on one of the when up-and-comer John Seasock took on,
And he loses it by a 1/10 of a second. Sudden impact.
and it was when John Seasock and Sudden Impact took on Mark Hall and the Executioner, Cody.
Taking on
Indeed.
Ford versus Dodge for all the marbles.
See what they got.
Hall over the second set,
Oh,
and he loses it by a 1/10 of a second. Sudden impact. John Seasock scores his first win of the season.
A lot of perseverance for that team, John Seasock and Sudden Impact. That truck's going to be when we start the second quarter of the season, Cody. Expect that truck to be there at a lot of finals.
indeed.
Now we go to Wildwood, and then after that, Cody, we went
Oh, Schaefer.
to Wildwood, New Jersey, where we had probably one of the most incredible final races ever to take place. It was Dennis Anderson and Gravedigger up against Paul Schaefer in the Monster Patrol on night number 1.
Both trucks are staged. They're ready to go.
All right, let's see what they got. Monster Sandman.
There they go. They're on their way.
Oh man, strong start from all of them. Oh wow.
And it is Paul Schaefer and the Monster Patrol with the win.
I should also mention that I think it was that the winner in freestyle, I believe, was Barefoot Todd Frolic. So another win. So chalk up another win for Barefoot in night number 1 at Wildwood. However, we go to night number 2, and there are some pretty good highlights here.
So viewers, those of you watching at home, keep that in mind. All right, Maximum Destruction and Super Truck 20. Hold up. Bogged down at the on the starting line.
There was a lot of good racing at Wildwood, but however, on night number 2, we got the taste of a great rivalry, Cody. It was Gravedigger against Maximum Destruction.
Yep. A classic matchup.
A very classic matchup, resonated with a lot
Let's actually turn the
resonated
screen and
fondly
find
by a
out right
lot
here.
of Monster Jam
Here it
fans.
is. Here it is, Cody.
Actual destruction in Great Digger. A very classic matchup and understandable.
Yep. A Monster Jam style final right here. Dennis Anderson out of Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, in the 1951 Chevrolet panel wagon they call the Gravedigger. And he'll be going up against his arch rival in Monster Jam out of Paxton, Illinois, Tom Mintz at Maximum Destruction. Maximum Destruction, a futuristic SUV, but both it runs a coilover suspension, but both trucks share one thing: both are 1,400 horsepower, and both run 540 cubic inch motors.
Yeah.
About ready to go.
All right, let's see what they got.
There they go. They're on their way.
They have started. Oh wow.
Oh, this is tough. Oh, this is close. Maximum Destruction pulling ahead. Tom Mintz and Maximum Destruction takes it.
And it would... I should also mention that it was, when we had freestyle that night, it was Bigfoot, Eric Tech, taking the win in freestyle on night number 2 at Wildwood.
Todd Frolic.
Right.
Comes the Bigfoot boy.
Here's a look at this highlight.
Opens it up with the double. That's a nice opening move. Oh, this huge sky wheelie out of the Bigfoot. He almost ripped the tailgate off of that one. Oh, he's going to attempt a cross thread. That's nice. We hadn't seen that tonight. Nice cross thread move from the Bigfoot Ford. And it combos it up with the double again. Almost got into the four-wheel drive trucks there. Oh, here we go. Eric Tack on fire tonight. This is a good run, but is it enough to take 29 or more from Maximum Destruction? He's got one more shot to get some air. And he's going to bust it into a donut to combo it up. This combo should be scored. Yeah, that he was.
Wildwood night number 3. Number 3 would see Eric Tech finally break through at
about to be renewed a third time this season here, Cody. Wildwood, New Jersey, Monster Smash final. It'll be Grave Digger against Bigfoot.
Another classic.
Man, if we sold some tickets tonight, I believe we could have packed the house for this.
Yeah, indeed.
Oh, man. They are staged. RPM's up. The sun is setting here at Wildwood at this time, but that ain't gonna help us. That ain't gonna affect anybody too much. Here we go. Here it is, the Buster Smash final here at Wildwood, New Jersey on the final day. Hold on to your chair, folks.
And down. Ow. Oh, goodness me.
Bigfoot has done it. And Bigfoot has done it again. Eric Tack kept his foot in it all through the way.
And I should mention that I think it was Gravedigger who won freestyle. Let's look at his highlight.
This is what people came to see, what they paid their tickets for. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Digger time.
Will he take everyone to grave? Let's find out.
It's time for the Digger.
All right. It started.
Dennis Anderson lost the racing competition to Eric Tack. Can he take freestyle here? Right a cowboy, wow.
That was
Oh. Oh, he's really letting it hang out now.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Nice. Oh, my goodness.
He actually, man, he's the first driver to actually pull that off. Other drivers were not successful in doing so.
Yeah, that's the first.
Oh, here comes another combo. Use the downside of that dune as a landing ramp.
That was very, very creative.
20.
Still clever.
He is cross-cutting the track now. Clock goes to 0-0. Those judges will turn their scores in, but he's going to keep going here. This is just for the fans. For the fans right here. Oh! I think he might be trying to turn the truck over now.
I think that's just what he's usually playing. Well, in freestyle,
Yep. Almost got it right there.
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes. There he goes.
Gravedigger did win freestyle at Wildwood that night. Then we So now we head to Kansas City, where the racing was pretty predictable, but Cody, Bigfoot and Snakebite matched it up again in the Monster Smash final in event 19.
Feet here at
Yep.
Kansas City, Missouri for an all Ford final between Bigfoot Jim Kramer out of Pacific, Missouri, going up against his teammate Cody, Snakebite, driven by Rick Petroline.
Yep.
Your expectations as the trucks Kramer and Petroline are staged. Snakebite takes the blue lane.
It was Rick Petroline driving Snakebite, not the instead of the usual
Alright,
Sky
here we go.
Hartley.
The monsters have been unleashed,
Alright.
Cody.
Looks like they're so far. Neck to neck so far.
Coming around to the final turn. Snakebite coming around to Rick Petroline with the lead. Snakebite's gonna win it.
Well, Bigfoot tried. For some reason, he struggled on that turn.
Bigfoot overcompensate. Jim Kramer just overcompensated on the
And that was the second win for the entire season for Snakebite, for the Snakebite truck.
round back.
And as mentioned before, Cody, we watched this event last time we were on M.T.N. It was Samson and Gravedigger in the finals in event 20, Cody, and Pablo Huffbaker showed his muscle in the Gravedigger Chevrolet, Cody.
Indeed.
Here we go. Alright. Comes down to this turn. Pablo Huffbaker cuts a brilliant turn. And it will be the Gravedigger. Given to the Gravedigger. Pablo Huffbaker has done it.
And it has been a pretty competitive season on M.T.N, Cody. Cody, Cody, how do you feel about the first? How do you feel about everything that has happened over this first quarter?
Well, so far it has been a lot of fun. There's been thrilling spills and unexpected wins, some upsets, and it's been going pretty good so far, I gotta say. So I think this is a pretty good season right now.
All right. For you to give you guys a taste of what will happen in the second quarter of the season, we will continue with the next two events at Kansas City. Then we're going to go on to St. Louis for 3 events there, and then 2 more events at when we head back to Minneapolis at the Metrodome, and we'll figure out the schedule and then I'll figure out the schedule from there. From there, it has been a tremendous season. Expect Team Bigfoot to try to keep, but a lot of questions need to be answered. Can Team Bigfoot keep their point lead? Will USA 1 get on the comeback trail? Can Gravedigger see if Bigfoot and Barefoot make a mistake so he can pounce? Or will somebody else try to pop up out of nowhere and take this championship? We got a long season to go, Cody.
Indeed. Stay tuned for it, everyone, because there's plenty more cool events to watch together.
Yep, that will do it for this first quarter review show for the MTN MTN2 series. I'm Tom Todd 774, along with Legend of We 92. Thank you for joining us for an awesome show here, and we hope to see you back here again real soon.